Morning, members. I call into order the Committee on Labor and Tourism. Today is Tuesday, 10 a.m., March 6th. Before we go into the testimony, Acting Vice Chair, would you please go over the testimony rules?
Yes, so thank you, Chair. This year, due to the pandemic, all hearings will be live streamed via Zoom. So please make sure that the volume on your laptops and your phones are all turned to silence. We'll be hearing testimony in the following order: governmental, federal, state, county agencies, industry groups, and individuals. When you're entitled to testify, please state your name and agency that you represent. In order to allow as many people to testify, we can see the amount of testimony we have. Because morning hearings was adjourned prior to the floor session, not all testifiers may have opportunity to testify. In the event, please know that the written testimony will be considered by the committee. Please keep yourself muted and your video off while waiting to testify after your testimony is complete. The Zoom chat function will allow you to chat with the technical staff only. Please use the chat only for technical issues. If you are disconnected unexpectedly, you may attempt to rejoin the meeting. If disconnected while presenting testimony, you may be allowed to continue time permits. Please note the House is not responsible for any bad internet connections on the testifier's end. In the event of catastrophic network failure, it may be necessary to reschedule the hearing, schedule a meeting for decision making. In that case, an open notice will be posted. Please refrain from profanity or unstable behavior. Such behavior may be grounds for removal from the hearing without the good. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. First on our agenda, we have SCR 98 requesting the Director of Labor and Industrial Relations to convene a task force on paid family leave. First on Zoom, we have Director Eustachio from DLIR. Go ahead.
Good morning, Acting Chair, Acting Vice Chair, and members of the committee. I'm sorry I am not on video. We can't get our video to come up right now. But we stand on our written testimony with comments, and I'm here for any questions if you have any. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Nicole Wu from Hawaii Children's Action Network speaks. Go ahead.
But I didn't want to disconnect.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Thank you for hearing this resolution. I stand on our written testimony in support of this resolution about paid family leave, which we need in Hawaii. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have written testimony. That's all. Okay, great. So we also have written testimony from HGA, Planned Parenthood Alliance Advocates, AAUW of Hawaii, Breastfeeding Hawaii, and Americans for Democratic Action in Support, and several individuals in support, and Society for Human Resources Management Hawaii with comments. Members, any questions? Seeing none, we'll be moving on to SCR 99 SD1, ratifying a proposed amendment to the Constitution of the United States, giving Congress of the United States power to limit, regulate, and prohibit the labor of persons under 18 years of age. We do not have any Zoom testifiers. We have written testimony from Director Eustachio from DIR in support. Seeing there's no one to question, we will be moving on to SCR 164 SD1, urging the United States Senate and President Joseph R. Biden to enact the Protecting the Right to Organize Act. For this one, we do have testifier, Dan Kochi from United Public Workers, AFSCME, Local 646. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Dan Kochi from United Public Workers. We'll stand in our written testimony in strong support of this resolution. Thank you very much for hearing it, and happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have several organizations, HGA, IBEW, IUBAC, Plumbers and Fitters, Local 675, LGBT Caucus of Democratic Party of Hawaii, LWU, Local 142, Hawaii Buildings Construction Trades Council, and Hawaii State AFL-CIO, all in support. We also have written testimony from Associated Builders and Contractors Hawaii chapter in opposition. Members, any questions? Seeing none, we'll be moving to the next item, SCR 211 SD2. Urging the Department of Human Resources Development and Department of Education to establish and offer a qualified Roth contributions program to the retirement plan participants. We have several written testimony from DOE with comments, D. Heard with comments, Brandon Lee individual in support. Seeing there's no one to question, we'll be moving on to the final item, SCR 240 SD1, urging the Department of Human Resources Development to establish a new civil service class for project managers under collective bargaining unit 13. We have no Zoom testifiers. We have written testimony from Be Heard in support and HGA in support. Seeing that there's no one to question, we will be taking a short recess for decision making. I'm calling the Committee on Labor and Tourism back to order for decision making. First, we'll be looking at SCR 98, I'd like to, in line with some of the testimony that's been provided, we'll be adding language to allow the task force to develop their own goals and objectives for the PFL program, pilot program, as well as to appoint a chairperson from the members within the task force. We're going to change the deadlines for the report so that it will be due prior to the convening of the regular session in 2023. We'll be inputting a sunset date for the working group on January 31st, 2023. And we'll also be taking the suggestions offered by the Society for Human Resources Management and adding a representative from an employer organization such as Society for Human Resources Management Hawaii to be appointed by the governor. Lastly, we'll be deleting paragraph 5 and 6 on page 6 and making technical amendments needed for clarity, consistency, and style. Members, discussion? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Yes, on SCR 98, the recommendation is to pass with amendments. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Representative Bellotti, excused. Representative Holt.
Aye.
Representative Teo Kobayashi.
Aye.
Representative Quinlan, excused. Representative Papayama.
Aye.
Representative Okimura.
Aye.
Thank
Chair,
you.
your recommendation is adopted.
Thank you, members. Next, moving on to SCR 99 SD1, I'd like to make some technical amendments needed for clarity, consistency, and style. Members, discussion. Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Yes. SCR 99 SD1, recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the absence of Representative Bellotti and Quinlan, any members voting with reservations? Any no votes? Chair, your recommendation is approved.
Thank you. Next, SCR 164 SD1, since the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Protecting the Rights to Organize Act of 2021, HR 842 on March 9th, 2021, we're going to amend the resolution to insert a reference to reflect this change. The language will be similar to the reference made in HCR 58 HD1 version. We will also be changing the description of the PRO Act to 2021, as well as making technical amendments needed for clarity, consistency, and style. Members, discussion. Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
SCR 164 SD1, recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the absence of Representative Bellotti, Quinlan. Members, anybody voting with reservations? Any no vote?
No vote.
Thank you. Chair, your recommendations are adopted.
Thank you. Next, we have SCR 211 SD2. We'll be changing the language to reflect that the program be offered by January 1st, 2024 to coincide with the calendar tax year. And we're also going to make technical amendments needed for clarity, consistency, and style. Members, questions and discussion. Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Is SCR 211 SD2. Recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the absence of Representative Bellotti and Quinlan. Any members voting no? Any with reservations? Chair, your recommendations are adopted.
Thank you. Next, we have SCR 240 SD1. We'll just be making technical amendments needed for clarity, consistency, and style. Members, discussion. Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
SCR 240 SD1, recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting the absence of Representative Bellotti and Quinlan. Any members voting with reservations? Any no votes? Chair, your recommendations are adopted.
Thank you. Thank you, members, for your participation. This committee is adjourned.